When you file a trademark application on an intent to use basis, there's an additional step to the process versus filing on an in use basis. Before you get your trademark registration, you'll need to show that you are using the trademark in commerce. That means you must tell the Trademark Office you are using the trademark in connection with the goods or services listed in your application. To do so, you submit an additional filing called the Statement of Use. However, if you cannot meet the filing deadline for the Statement of Use, you may need to request an extension of time. In order to file a statement of use, you generally want to wait until the Trademark Office issues a Notice of Allowance letter. You would receive this letter after the Trademark Office has given initial approval and published your application. Assuming there are no issues with the application and that no one opposes your application, the Notice of Allowance will then issue. Once the Notice of Allowance for your application issues, the clock starts ticking on your application. You will have 6 months to make the next filing. Otherwise, your application will go abandoned. In order to avoid that happening, you'll either need to file a statement of use or a request for an extension of time. The request for an extension of time is exactly as the name implies. It is a request that the Trademark Office grant the applicant an additional 6-month period to start using the trademark in commerce. Although it is called a request, once filed, it's usually granted without question. The request for an extension of time says that you still intend to use the mark, and if granted, allows you additional time to develop your products or services and to use your trademark in commerce. It is extremely important that you do not file the statement of use prematurely. Doing so can put your application at risk or even make your registration subject to cancellation. You should consider speaking with an attorney if you aren't sure whether to file a statement of use or a request for an extension of time. When in doubt, you're better off filing a request for an extension of time. You can file up to 5 requests for an extension of time. Of course, you have to pay a filing fee for each one. Filing all your extensions, though, would allow you up to 3 years to start using your trademark in commerce. Since it takes over a year for most applications to be reviewed and published, you generally have at least 4 years from when you file your application to begin using your mark in commerce if you file on an intent to use basis. I typically recommend filing for a trademark application if you believe you'll be using the mark within 1 to 2 years. Beyond that, others may question whether you had a legitimate intent to use your trademark at the time you filed your application. Of course, this depends on your industry too. It may take you 4 years to launch an airline, while introducing a clothing line may only take a few months. For a business that is more capital or technology intensive, I would expect that at least a couple requests for an extension of time would be necessary. It's important to know whether you're ready to file a statement of use or if a request for an extension of time is needed. If you'd like to discuss which filing is appropriate and get assistance with making it, please feel free to call me at 480-360-3499 or email me at kevin@yourtrademarkattorney.com. I look forward to speaking with you.